I think like a lot of artists, Louis Wayne went through phases. He kept evolving. He was also someone who returned again and again from personal strife to joy. And he gave that joy through his work, through his cats.
There's something different about Louis Wayne which appeals. He had the most amazing mind. He turned to almost everything, and he had opinions on everything, and he could draw almost anything.
He began, as a lot of artists do, as a very fine representational illustrator, and then that sort of evolved over time.
As soon as he started selling any drawings, he then worked very, very hard under the patronage of Sir William Ingram.
On the basis of the speed and quality of your work, I am offering you a permanent position on the staff of the Illustrated London News.
He was sent all over the country, sketching, painting. He was a brilliant draftsman.
And I tried to, for the purposes of the role, to imitate. There was a lot of work with gouache and oil, quick sketching, two-handed drawing.
I don't find this work very taxing, Sir William. I do it to pay bills and to provide for the 5 hungry and precocious sisters that I live at home with.
He had 5 sisters, and he had to be the breadwinner because his father died quite young.
And that was a lot of pressure, which I think continued to exert itself throughout his adult life, exacerbated by the moment he fell in love with their governess.
It's just completely scandalous that a gentleman would run off and marry the governess. But, you know, they were soulmates.
It does seem that in the times when he was in a domestic environment, he amused her, and he also got a lot of material from sketching the cat Peter.
Good boy.
Over here, there's a cat that looks just like Peter, same markings, because this would have been done 2 years into the 3-year marriage with Emily Richardson.
Oh, Louis. When did you do all this? Has Sir William seen these? You must show him.
I have 2 pages earmarked in the Christmas edition. I'd like you to fill them with cats.
His subjects varied wildly. He came to fame with his cat illustrations over a Christmas issue that caught the public's imagination with their sort of anthropomorphic characteristics.
In Victorian times, cats were considered vermin and nobody really kept them as pets. But Louis Wayne, in the hookiest sense, made cats cool.
Louis' artwork helped people understand cats and see them in a completely different light.
And everyone was like, oh, actually, maybe I'll have one as a pet.
So it's probably his fault that we all love cats.
Everybody wanted cats doing something that they recognised. So seaside gatherings, going to restaurants, having a great time. And he also managed to get his own little corner by producing Louis Wayne annuals. They sold millions. This drawing is particularly interesting. It's agitated, expressing human emotion, and it is drawn rapidly and drawn skillfully at the height of his popularity. There were great cat artists early in the 19th century, but nobody took it and gave it to the Victorian and Edwardian classes in the way that he did.
And that won him great fans around the world. Yet the tragedy of it was that very little remuneration actually occurred.
He would sell all his images on a one-off fee, never retained any rights.
He was very, very naive.
Our parents worked hard for our reputation, and you have squandered it on wretched cats!
He got more and more desperate. He got more and more shunned by publishers. He struggled under the domestic pressures from his sisters.
But he seemed to be someone who was always able to find some kind of humour or some kind of colour through it all.
In a lot of hardship, art comes out.
The artist Louis Wayne made the cat his own. He invented a cat style, a cat society, a whole cat world.
Louis Wayne's late so-called mad pictures give enormous pleasure. They're rooted in humanity and anthropomorphism, and we think of our pets in anthropomorphic terms. We invest them with all our emotions and our activities, and Louis Wayne never lets you down.